Is it time to get a new barbecue? Is it time to upgrade your outdoor cooking game? This Black Friday, my friends at Monument Grills have you covered. At Monument Grills, they understand that backyard barbecues and cookouts are more than just food. They're about bringing people together. Gifting a Monument Grill is akin to giving the gift of time. Time spent with loved ones and time saved through streamlined cooking processes. For example, the Denali 605 Pro, which I have, can reach 700 degrees Fahrenheit in just 10 minutes, minimizing the wait for that perfect sear. Plus, it offers real-time food temperature alerts via a mobile app, allowing you to engage with your guests while ensuring your meal is cooked to perfection. On the other hand, the Mesa 415BZ provides versatility, enabling you to saute vegetables and simmer sauces while monitoring your meal through its full clear window. All in the lid, all while you host. With a variety of grills to suit any cooking style, these models make excellent gifts for the holiday season. Perfect for the family host, first-time homeowners, or even treat for yourself. Don't miss our Black Friday promotion starting November 26th, where customers can save up to $155 on purchases at monumentgrills.com. It's time to throw some value and some amazing cooking to your grill game. I'm Eric G. To find out more, head to monumentgrills.com.
It's Around the House. When it comes to remodeling and renovating your home, there is a lot to know, but we've got you covered. This is Around the House.
Welcome to the Around the House show, the next generation of home improvement. Happy Thanksgiving Eve to all of you people out there in the United States or anywhere else in the world that are enjoying Thanksgiving. Something that we can all be thankful for. And I want to say that here at Around the House, we are thankful for you, all of our listeners, viewers of the television show, the radio show, the podcast, all you people out there that tune in each and every week to the show. I want to personally say thank you. And I'd love to help grow this so we can keep getting bigger and bigger. And we are the third largest radio show in the country for home improvement, which is pretty crazy when you look at it, how much we've grown over the last few years and how we just keep getting bigger and bigger. So to all of you out there, I'm very thankful for all of you. So today I wanted to talk about something that has been a hot item here on Around the House and my stuff that really I've been commenting on social media. I see trends, right? And in social media, I'm in a bunch of different groups. I'm group experts in everything from home stuff to cabinetry to everything else. Lots of different things that I comment and help people out with on their projects. And it's a lot of fun, but I'm starting to see some trends that get interesting. And one of them comes to kitchen cabinetry right now because, of course, budgets are tight. A lot of people don't have extra money around, so they're trying to squeeze every last bit out of it. But the problem I see is that there's some decisions that we made in the wrong places. For instance, instead of working with a cabinet shop, I'm seeing somebody going out and finding this little tiny cabinet maker to build their cabinets because they got a better deal. Let's talk about the problems that creates. First off, your finish on the cabinetry, whether it's kitchen or bathroom, is one of the most important parts of the project. You can have the finest woods, you can have everything dialed in perfectly, and if the finish sucks, so does the rest of the project. And it's something that's not going to last, and you're going to be trying to fix it later. Things get ruined, finishes come apart. So the finish is one of the most important parts of this project. And it doesn't matter if you're going to go into the home center and buy unfinished cabinetry and try to refinish it yourself. Not a good idea, unless it's garage or something like that. But really, that's where the problem lies. If you're dealing with a tiny little cabinet person, unless they are some craftspeople, and there's a lot of these guys out there, so I don't want to disparage them at all. But a lot of your, what I'd call garage cabinet makers, are using lacquer finishes. And lacquer finishes are what on a 1957 Chevy. And if you look at it, think about this. 60s, 70s cars, right? 50s, 60s, 70s cars. If you go back in history, what did everybody do on the weekends? They were out waxing their car to make it look shiny because the finish would break down, it would dull up, and every summertime, every month or two, you're out there waxing up, polishing it, doing all the things. Is anybody doing that now? No, because finishes are way better. They're getting the ceramic wax that's ceramic at their auto car wash that they went through that took care of it for 15 or 18 bucks. That's what you're seeing out there. Well, the problem is cabinet finishes really have gone the same way. And so if you've got somebody using lacquer finishes, whether it's a cat lacquer or whatever else, which is the catalyzed lacquer, these are things that still are going to break down. Those car finishes were cat lacquer. So the problem is that you got now a 1960s technology finish on 2024, 2025 cabinetry. And one thing with metal is it moves, but wood really moves with humidity and temperature. So I don't want to have something like that on there. I think lacquer is just a horrible finish. Now, if you're going to go into an old school restoration, I get it. If you want those 22 coats of high gloss lacquer, I understand that because you're doing some contemporary project. You want it to look more like a bar top, I get it. But really, anything from conversion varnish, which is a catalyzed product, but it's more of a two-part that is either baked on or air dried on or UV cured. Those are better finishes, as well as some of the new urethane finishes out there that are water-based. 8 or 10 years ago, maybe 12 years ago, water-based finishes, especially the clears, looked a little milky. They looked a little plasticky to me. Now they've got them dialed in and they're looking really good. So pay attention when you're out shopping for cabinetry. Take a peek at what that finish is. It's super important. I'll be honest, I'll be more worried about what's on that finish than I am whether it's a particle board or plywood construction. That finish is way more important than what the carcass of the box is. As long as it's built with something bigger than a half-inch material, then you're fine. So think about that. That's one of the biggest issues that I'm seeing. Second of all, as a consumer, if you're ordering cabinetry without a contract, without a color sample that you have initialed and approved, without a door sample that you've initialed and approved, and without perfectly drawn out drawings with your appliances and everything dialed in, and you don't know exactly what's going on there, if you have not approved all these things, you are setting yourself up for a kitchen or bathroom disaster. My rules when I was running my kitchen and bath companies, and I ran a lot of them over the years in my 30 years of doing design, is that homeowners, contractors, friends signed the contract. We had a color sample. They initialed the back of it. That stayed in the job file until it was ready to go. Door sample, signed off and approved, initialed on the back of it. Cabinet drawings, exactly how they're going in. All the details there. Color, wood, stains, paints, hardware, cabinet construction should all be on those drawings. If you're not doing that and you're placing cabinets, question what's going on. Because here's the thing. You need to know exactly what that's going to look like. And you're better off to wait a week or two, maybe even 3 to get a door sample over the holidays that you can sign off. But when your white oak kitchen shows up that was natural and the little 2x2 color block you looked at was nice and white and the whole kitchen is pink and you hate pink, probably should have waited for that cabinet sample. Wood is natural. And the more natural it is, the more problems that can occur. Like when I'm doing a contemporary kitchen in the past with flat slab veneer doors, and yes, I do not do cabinet doors of solid wood. There's another mistake. They move around too much. I want to do a veneer. That is a higher quality product. I want to have grain matched veneers. I want to have them flitch matched, which means many times, almost always, that came off, the entire tree shows up and they've matched them within that. So you can do a natural maple kitchen. And if you have 2 different trees in that kitchen, many times you're going to have 2 different colors, depending on how much sunlight, what the minerals grabbed out of the ground. If they came out of the same forest, they can look way different. And you don't see it until the finish is on and they're getting installed. So natural finishes are the most finicky to show you everything because there's nothing to hide Mother Nature and what that tree went through till it gave its life to your cabinetry. So think about these things. I want to make sure that if you're doing veneer matches, that you have that spelled out. You've got veneer samples, you know what they're doing. And if you're doing this stuff through a home center, nothing against the home centers, they are not going to be doing medium to high-end cabinetry. They do great stuff. Those major national cabinet companies that home centers work with do great cabinets, but they are entry to entry mid-level cabinetry. There is not a premium brand that gets sold in a big box retailer. It just doesn't happen. That's a whole different world when you get into that stuff, where they're matching veneers, where they're custom colors, they're doing all that stuff. And no offense, Craftmade makes a great product. American Woodmark, Schuler, go down the list. They do great stuff, but that's not what they do. They do middle America, awesome, mid-grade cabinetry. If you want high-end or a premium product that you want to look like it came out of Architectural Digest, you're going to have to go to a company that deals with things like Architectural Digest. And your little tiny shop is not going to be doing that unless that's what they specialize in. And that's where you got to have that door sample. That's where you got to have this stuff figured out. Now, let's talk warranties real quick before we run out of time. And this is another one here. You see major national companies go, hey, I give a lifetime warranty on the finish. And you know something? Those guys do. You got to keep in mind the average lifespan of a kitchen cabinetry is 15 years. So that's the lifetime is only going to be 15 years in many of them. So take a look at the warranties when you read it. They cover the lifetime of the cabinet, but the lifespan of the cabinet is 15 years. You're not going to get a door swapped out at year 20 for most people. At the same time, though, if you got your little chuck in a truck building it on his home table saw, on his shopsmith building you cabinets, 6 months later, if you got a problem, or even worse, you're buying some of the import cabinets that are coming in from Southeast Asia, and that company has a new company that came into the spot every 6 months, you're not going to find hardware. You're not going to find something to match. You're in a world of hurt, and that is one of the biggest problems we see of the import KD or knockdown cabinetry, is that if you're going to live in that place, that's why it's the house flipper's dream. If you're going to be living in that place, and you need to go find a drawer glide, yeah, it looks like a Bloom drawer glide. Yeah, it looks like a Gross, but it's not. It's the Chinese knockoff of it. All of a sudden now you're machining new drawers to fit in there because the hardware is non-existent because somebody was knocking it off and making a copy of it, but not a good enough copy where you can swap out the real thing for it. So be careful with cabinetry out there, guys, as we're thinking about Thanksgiving and you're sitting there cooking tomorrow, or maybe today if you're tuning in on Thanksgiving, or yesterday as you're cooking, maybe it's Friday and you're tuning into this. And you're like, this is the last year in this kitchen. Don't make some of these big, expensive mistakes. We'll cover more into detail here in the first of the year on this subject because I think there's a lot for us to talk about. But that is something that can really cost you a lot of money and make you very unhappy when you don't get what you think you paid for. All right, everybody, we got a great show coming up this weekend. We are going to be talking about a bunch of stuff. I'll show you that on Friday. Tune in. We're going to be talking about, well, is your home ready for the next storm? Is it a wildfire? Is it a tornado? Is it a windstorm? Is it a hurricane? We've got some experts coming on to talk about that. And then in hour number 2, we're going to be talking outdoor living. I'll give you some more details on Friday. It's going to be an epic show that I can't wait to show you. All right, everybody, have a great Thanksgiving for all you celebrating out there. I'm Eric G. Thanks for tuning in to Around the House. We'll see you on Saturday. Hey guys, it's Eric G, and I have a special offer for you. Do you want to get the podcast a couple days early? How about extended content that isn't in the typical podcast? Maybe you want to check out all the back episodes of the show. And I got a special deal for the first 10 days are free. I want to personally invite you to be an Around the House insider. For about $4 a month, you can get exclusive extended episodes, early access to the weekend show, and exclusive access to me, Eric G, for project questions or comments. Check on the link on your podcast player in the show notes or head to aroundthehouseonline.com and look for the join here button. Make sure and sign up today. As always, thanks for tuning in to Around the House.
Somewhere unseen and undiscovered, anywhere beyond the mean. Life is a love song, let's be lovers. We're all over the radio. Take my hand, I know where to go. like a dream.
Are you a small business owner? Has business slowed down? How is your website? Does it look like it's seen better days and those are behind it? It's time you fix it with SciPipe Designs. My friend Johnny, that you've heard on this show each week, yeah, that's him playing in the background, is my go-to web designer that understands how to get your website and web traffic where it needs to be, and that's making you money. If you want personalized service at a much lower price than those big companies out there, check him out at sitehypedesigns.com. If you want a rockstar website to turn your business around, you gotta hire the rockstar. Just wait till you see my website coming soon. It's absolutely amazing. Contact Johnny at sitehypedesigns.com before it costs you even more money. Let's get that business turned around.
No,